I'm Adam. I'm a diver for Tassau down in Tasmania, Dover, and we grow Atlantic salmon here. Well, growing up in a coastal town like Dover, spending a lot of time as a kid on the water, outdoors, just mucking about, doing what kids do when they go to the beach and whatnot, and so I had a keen interest in the water to start off with. And that sort of motivated me to get a job in the aquaculture industry. I enjoyed school quite a bit and got right into most of my subjects. I didn't really have a plan. I actually was looking into architecture a bit back in the day, but a few things changed throughout my life, and I ended up deciding, no, I want to work on the water. It was actually school holidays when I was in year 10. I decided to go for a walk up the street, and my next door neighbour said, "Hey mate, you keen for a bit of work over your holidays?" I said, "Yeah, rightio." And that was the start of my aquaculture career. I started off on a shellfish farm, mainly oysters and mussels, a few different other things we've done, abalone, scallops and periwinkles. We do a lot of wild harvesting around the Dover area here, and I was doing that for on and off while I was still at school, completing year 11 and 12. And then I worked with him for 12 months after that, and done a traineeship with him, and decided time for a change, and moved next door to the salmon farm. We'll set the boat up. I'll have a look at the board, have a talk to the managers, find out what's happening for the day. We have to dive each cage on the farm once a week, so I also plan my day around that, trying to get as many of them cages done as I can. Each pen we're in for probably between 10 to 15 minutes on a typical mort retrieval inspection, and we can be in the pens for up to 60, 75 minutes at a time. Well, getting in the pen for the first time can be a bit of a blowout. There's obviously 30 to 40,000 fish in there. With the smaller fish, there's up to 100,000, so there's fish everywhere pretty much, and yeah, you get used to that pretty quick. We've got a 120-metre polar circle here with a net inside it. The net will go down to about 15 to 24 metres deep. Basically they come down in all the way around to about 10 metres, and then they cone down towards the maximum depth of the cage, which, like I said before, between 15 to 24 metres. To start off with, they have about 10 tonne of fish in them when they're nice small little smolt, and we grow them up to about 140 tonnes per cage. At the end of the day, before they go to harvest, we're looking at about 30,000 fish per cage. My job is to ensure that all the salmon, all their pens are in good working order, all the rigging's up to spec, the nets have got no holes in them, ensure that the nets are clean so that they've got good water flow through the pens for the fish, so they've got plenty of oxygen in the water. Every time we jump in a pen, we have a good look at the fish, make sure they're doing their normal schooling action. When they're doing that, typically they're not stressed. Sometimes you'll jump in a pen and the fish will dart about, and normally that's a sign that there's probably been a seal about, and it's sort of spooked them a little bit. What we've got to do today, this pen here, it requires an inspection and mort retrieval. So what I'll do, I'll jump in the pen, I'll cruise down to the bottom of the pen and proceed with a inspection of the net. The whole time I'm in the net looking at the net, I'll be monitoring the fish also just to make sure they're doing their thing and they're nice and happy. We're looking for holes mainly, holes and the cleanliness of the net. The cleaner the net, the better. You get more water flow through the net when it's clean, and that provides a lot more oxygen, higher oxygen levels in the pen for the fish. Aquaculture for me, in general, I love it because I get the opportunity to be out on the water nearly every day, and it always provides a challenge. You've got the conditions that change every day, especially down here in Tasmania. Everything's different every day. It can be sunshine one minute, snow the next, but it all makes the job more interesting, I think. For me, it's a good feeling to be a part of Tassal. We are the Australia's biggest salmon grower, and it's just a pleasure to be able to produce high quality salmon for the consumer. It's a good product, yeah, and that makes me proud. So that's a day in my life here at Tassal Dover. If you're keen and interested in anything I've said today, click on the Find Out More button and have a look about.
What a great bloke, and what a great job. At 28, Adam's a pretty senior guy, currently dive team leader for Tassal, working out of Dover Bay in Tassie. He spends his days on and under the pristine water, driving boats, operating some very cool equipment, diving with the salmon, checking the nets, and enjoying his life. His enthusiasm for his job and his life is very contagious. As we heard in the CEO's message, Tassal is always looking for innovative people. Adam has a bright future with a great Aussie company. Through doing his job well, he ensures healthier, happier salmon, which means better results for the company and for us, the consumers. As we know, there's not much healthier food than salmon, and Tassal salmon is as good as it gets. Aquaculture, or farming fish to us mere mortals, is a low environmental impact method of providing super healthy food to the planet. It's also one of the world's fastest growing industries and always looking for enthusiastic, innovative, motivated people to join its ranks. For more information, click on the Find Out More button. Or if you're looking for courses and pathways into a job just like this one, click on the orange pathway button.